That kind of nerd. Let's start the show with comics, movies, and technology. Here we go, bringing you the segments that you're looking for, like Cape Talk, Screen to Stream, Tech Perspective, and more. Cast this nerd degree and the Blockbuster. Welcome to the club, cause you're that kind of nerd.
Welcome everyone to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined by Josh Burns and Brian Thornton.
What up?
Call me Mr. Thornton.
No?
Okay.
All right, cool. I'm glad we ended that well. That is the most energetic you're going to get from me this episode. I'm starting to get a bit of a sore throat, so just
Nobody
letting you know.
cares, CJ.
In case I degrade in the middle of the show.
Nobody cares.
I would like to make a very astute observation. It is the beginning of a new month, the month of February. And therefore, Brian, as is custom, sits down with the abacus, decides what's worthy and what's not worthy of your time, and gives us the Blockbuster.
For the record, not all of these are worthy of your time. Like, maybe someone's time. Maybe not just yours.
True.
Just saying.
But Brian, take it away. Every month, you're surprised that you lead the segment.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm just sad.
It's February.
I'm sad because, like, there's still not much going on. February 7th, Birds of Prey and the ridiculously long title that no one freaking asked for comes out.
It's getting good early reviews.
Yeah. I'm not
going to be good.
I don't think it's going to be good. I don't like things that they've done already, and I just don't like it. I don't know. I like Margot Robbie.
I don't know, man. This movie looks okay. Like, I'll see it. It's probably going to be one of the better DC movies, but that's a very easy bar to clear, so.
Probably the best thing we're going to see in February. This is a pile of shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Not true, sir.
Okay.
Fantasy Island comes out on February 14th.
This is Blumhouse, right?
Yeah, we talked about this.
We did.
Blumhouse taking a hard take on the classic Ricardo Montalban show. I'm interested. And also, Sonic the Hedgehog is running into a theater near you.
Wow. Yes, no, give me all the Sonic. You once you fixed the Sonic, I was in, and give me all the Jim Carreys.
I'll only take half the Jim Carreys, but I'll take all the Sonic.
Josh, what about you? I'm curious about your take on this movie. You've been kind of quiet on it as we've been discussing over the last couple months. Is this a movie you're going to see? Are you going to take the kids to see this movie? Is this a Burns family affair?
I mean, if they want to see it, yeah, but I'm not. I have no plans on seeing it. Like, you know, if they want it when it comes out on iTunes, fine. Like, maybe I'll end up watching it, but I don't have any interest. Josh,
will you go see a Man and His Dog with me on February 21st then? I.e. Call of the Wild?
Nope.
But it's Harrison Ford and something that could jokingly grow up to be Chewie.
How many times
like
are they going to make Call of the Wild?
I don't know.
And this is a fun fact about this. We had talked recently about how Disney buying 20th Century Fox, right, and rebranding it to 20th Century Pictures. And the last movie to be released under the 20th Century Pictures banner was 1935's Call of the Wild. And the first movie to be released in 20th Century Pictures is now Disney's Call of the Wild in 2022. Is that weird?
Well, I mean, it would be weird if you actually said it correctly.
In 2020, sure. As an also, not 2022.
No, I think he means you said the last.
No, you said the wrong studio.
The last and then
the first picture, 20th Century Fox.
No.
I
the
think
last movie released under 20th Century Pictures was 1935's The Call of the Wild, and the first movie to be released under 20th Century Studios by Disney is the 2020 version of The Call of the Wild.
Okay, I read the book. I'm good.
The CGI dog looks terrible in this movie. It's Uncanny Valley in the worst way, and I will never see this movie.
I have proudly never seen any Call of the Wild movie. I'm good.
I don't remember ever watching one, but I do remember reading the book.
Yeah, good book.
I don't even remember reading the book.
Also that day, The Night Clerk comes out. I do not remember the kid's name. Who's the kid who played Wade in Ready Player One?
Oh, I don't know his name.
Stars him.
He's
have to
he's
look
got a
him up.
weird name.
Ty
How do I not
Sheridan.
remember this movie?
Ty Sheridan.
Hi, Sheraton. Okay, there you go. How do I not know this movie?
I just recently saw a trailer for it. It looks interesting. He is like a hotel clerk.
Right.
He's got some like
Isn't he like antisocial? He's like
He's very-
social anxiety.
I don't know if it's social anxiety. There's something a little bit off about him. He watches everybody and then he just mimics them. Like
I don't know why
So
I
he
felt like
spends a
the
lot of his
trailer
time-
led off with I have social anxiety, which is why my job's perfect or something like that.
I don't remember that,
Hold on, I'm gonna.
but I mean it's very possible. Anyway, there's a murder.
Most foul?
I don't know how foul, but it seems pretty foul.
Mm.
And he is obviously a prime suspect, but he also is a little off. And so
Okay, so here's the premise
crime
that
drama.
I've gotten from here. Pat is a highly intelligent night clerk on the autism spectrum. When a woman is murdered during his shift, Bart becomes the prime suspect. And as the police investigation closes in, Bart makes a personal connection with a beautiful woman named Andrea, but soon realizes he must stop the real killer before Andrea becomes the next victim.
I didn't get that from the trailer. I just got that they thought he did it, and like it's gonna be like him proving that he didn't do it.
And then ends up that he did.
I don't know. It seems like it would be. Anyway, looks
This
interesting.
sounds terrible.
But you know, it's I don't know. It's a rental for me. I'm sure it's a rental for all of you as well.
It's a maybe if it's on Netflix and it's 2 a.m. and I can't sleep movie. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, just from what I'm reading, I didn't watch the trailer.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's very true.
And then the final movie to come out in February is on the 28th with The Invisible Man.
Nope.
No, thank you. And I love Elizabeth Moss, but no thanks.
Is it because there is a man who is invisible in it?
No, it's because it's all part of that same crappy.
The dark
It's not
universe.
a part of the dark
It
universe.
was supposed to be.
Kind of is.
It really is not. And it was not supposed to be. CJ, you got me into an argument with me like a month ago when I said this was supposed to be a part of the dark universe.
And you convinced me that it was supposed to be.
No, I didn't. You, in fact, then rolled back the tape to prove me wrong.
Oh, well, I don't remember that. Well, then you're right, Brian. I was right. I don't know. This movie doesn't look good.
It doesn't. No,
Wow, really high quality things. There's really only 2 movies that I even care
That's
about this month.
what-
Like I said,
Insane.
February sucks.
February does suck. What I'm saying. You know what doesn't suck?
What?
Whatever the next topic's going to be.
It's the world of comics, Brian. So we're going to see how it's affecting TV and how it's affecting movies. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk. Well, hopefully it doesn't suck. Wait a second.
Brian Thornton.
This does suck.
I would like to go on the record as saying this is entirely your fault.
I don't believe so.
Marvel cancels Kevin Smith's Howard the Ducks
Not my fault.
and more, apparently. And it's all Brian's fault. And let me tell you
It's-
why, listener, it's all Brian's fault. If you listen to last week's episode, you might hold on. Jimmy, just roll the tape. Jimmy.
When's Howard the Duck supposed to drop then?
Oh, that's a good question. Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
We do not have a premiere date for Howard the Duck.
Interesting, since they announced that first. You would think that would come out first.
Well, I mean, it may. Just nothing's officially announced. Oh, Brian just had to say, how come we don't have information on Howard the Duck? Because they canned it, Brian, and it's your fault for pointing it out. They're like, oh, crap, he's on to us. Announce that it's canceled. Announce that it's canceled.
What else? What else did they cancel? This says and more.
Yeah, it was, there was another series that we didn't care about that was shuttered.
Maybe you didn't care about it.
It was Tigra and Dazzler.
No, we didn't care.
Yeah, we don't care about Tigra and Dazzler.
It's Tigra, but okay.
Tigra and Dazzler. Whatever. That's how little I care about it. We're still gonna get Hit Monkey and MODOK.
Yeah, I'm still not okay with MODOK.
Yeah.
And Hellstrom's still moving forward, chugging along, but we don't want to do a Ghost Rider show.
But just like to the record reflect, if there's something that we all really like, you have to now keep quiet because now you're the kiss of death.
That's not true.
Josh, back me up on this. It's
blame
not Brian's
Feige.
fault.
I mean, you said it was Brian's fault, and I was perfectly okay with assigning blame. But is it actually Brian's fault? Yeah.
Thanks, Josh. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy.
I didn't see it coming, and it's hilarious. So this next topic, my eyes rolled so hard. I apologize if I threw the Earth off his axis for a little bit, but we have cast another person in the Loki series on Disney Plus for
Yay!
a major role, and it's
Major role.
Owen. Thank you, and it's Owen Wilson. Wow. Wow. All right. Like what? Who?
Does it say who?
No, they don't say who. They just say in a major role.
In a major role.
In a major role.
Why do you say it like that?
Is there another way to say it?
Why are you adding the H onto the whip? What's going on?
I don't know.
So what's wrong with Owen Wilson? He's a fine actor.
He is
He's
an
a
actor.
fine actor.
I don't know about fine.
Listen, I'm
Yeah.
not like giving him an Oscar anytime soon, but he's fine for a Loki series.
Fine and like adequate. He is adequate.
Right, like, hey,
He's
can I
good
hire someone to
enough.
say the words and not mess them up? Sure.
It depends on the role.
In that I am thoroughly whelmed.
Yes.
I mean, I am whelmed, but it depends on the role. If he's just Joe Schmo who owns a bar in a town that Loki fucks up, then fine.
I mean, this is so. I think they're so unsure about this that IMDb hasn't even listed him in the cast yet. So,
Well, yeah. IMDb waits.
oh
until-
no, dude! IMDb has they got people cast for like Avatar 6 already. You know what I mean?
Right.
Are you what? No.
You found the other
Don't
thing
you
that makes
speak
Brian
that
angry.
fucking evil.
Hey, Josh, tell me more about Avatar 6. Is there anything more going on in there? Do we have a release date for it?
I'm sure it's in 2032.
How far
You guys
into
are
the future
worst.
will 20th Century Pictures release Avatar 99?
What?
I hope it comes out on your birthday, Brian.
Happy
Is your birthday a Thursday? Is your birthday a Thursday?
I don't remember, but what does it really matter? I'm not going to go see it.
Nah, I just wanted to be on your birthday. So someone says, "Happy birthday!" Oh, are you gonna go see Avatar? You'd be like, "Fuck you! I hate you."
No one's going to do that to me.
Yeah, they have Avatar 5 listed as a sequel of Avatar 4.
I would
which
hope
is
so.
2025, and
Ooh.
the plot is unknown, but they do have Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, and Sam Worthington signed up for Avatar 5. So like, just IMDb puts this shit in there, and they just refuse to put Owen Wilson in there.
I'm okay with that. I mean, listen, I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be great. Owen Wilson made surprises, but at the same time, very just like you all said, whelmed about Owen Wilson joining the MCU.
Thoroughly whelmed.
Do you think this means that he could maybe be in the movie?
Wow.
It really depends on the role. I want to know more about the role. I will reserve judgment until then.
All right. Well, judgment reserved. All right. This was a topic that I was interested in, but kind of in the larger sense. Apparently, there's a chance that the Green Hornet may be making a comeback. Now, if you
Cool.
don't remember the Green Hornet, the last time we saw it was, I think, back in, 2011? With a
Something like that.
very awkward Seth Rogen playing the titular. Excuse me.
He wasn't bad in that role. It's just
No,
the
he
movie
wasn't
was
bad. It also had Cameron Diaz, who I haven't seen in a movie in a long time.
The best part of the movie was Kato. Like, are we
Right.
Okay.
And Christoph Waltz being a bad guy because, it's Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, Christoph Waltz was great. And that first scene with James Franco was great too. The movie had potential. It just
The movie sucks.
squandered it. I
No,
didn't
I don't
say
think it sucked. It just wasn't great.
I don't think it sucked. I just think it deserved the Kevin Smith script that it was originally supposed to have.
So, two Marvel alumni, Michael Helfand and Bradley.
Alumni,
Yes, and Bradley Gallagher.
not alumni.
I'm sick. What do you want from me?
What's the difference between alumni and alumni?
It's like people that say Mayan. That's Mayan.
Oh,
What?
God.
Mayan? MYIN?
Like the Aztecs?
I just assumed that alumni were alumni who had just one finger made of aluminum.
Well, that makes sense. Well, there we go.
If they're British, they're alumni.
Ah, yes, alumni. Oh, it's gonna be fun making fun of you for the rest of this episode.
Anyway, they've had a studio that has released a couple movies, and Brian, you might remember one of these movies. It was Sam
as studios
Rockwell,
tend to do.
Sam Rockwell, and Anna Kendrick's Mr. Right.
I actually did not see it, but I know of it.
Two good actors.
I haven't seen it either, and it's surprising because I do love Max Landis.
And it was written by Max Landis, yes.
Right.
It was a good movie. It was okay. Like, it wasn't fantastic, but it was pretty good. But they're basically just a small independent studio who wants a crack at doing a comic book movie. And I think that we've seen some new takes on superheroes coming out recently, and I think I'm okay with getting someone like Green Hornet, who, while has a big history, isn't necessarily like in the zeitgeist, in the pop culture, and always coming up. He's really kind of feels like a second fiddle superhero. I'm not saying that he is. That's what we as nerds and people have treated him as. So giving it to a smaller studio and letting him do something.
I love how you're trying to
cool.
like head off.
I don't want your dad
offensiveness.
I just don't want your dad to yell at me.
I know.
He's another vigilante with money.
Yeah,
he is a vigilante,
and he did it before Batman, did he not?
Yeah,
no,
not long before. But yeah.
No.
Pretty sure it's older. It's not an older book.
Pretty sure Green Hornet's just a few years older than Batman.
It's not an older book. It started off as the '60s TV show.
Fact check me, somebody.
It was not.
This article says a few years older than Batman.
1936.
Are you kidding me?
1936.
Okay, say it again one more time. I didn't think I heard it.
1936.
Really? 1934?
36.
35.
It was the Green Hornet radio program. 1936.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But it wasn't a comic book is what I was trying to say before I got interrupted with 1936.
1936.
It was a radio show and then a TV show at the same time as Batman.
So who's older, Batman or Green Hornet?
I mean, it really depends. Well, Batman was 37.
Okay, so it beat Batman by a year.
The radio show, I guess.
Okay.
Anywho.
This was fun.
This was a fun argument. I enjoyed this.
So,
thanks, guys.
What do we think about this, though? A small independent
I love how I
studio?
get flustered and say shit I don't mean, and then people like call me out on it. It's great.
Welcome to my life. What do we think about a small independent studio taking over a character like this?
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
This is what it needs. It needs this movie never needed a multi-billion-dollar movie to be made. $50,000.
Yeah,
Fucking do it.
On credit cards.
And it'll make a ton of freaking money at the box office.
So if you were though thinking about the casting of this, are you going for unknowns? Are you going for a big name draw? What's the strategy to make this successful?
Can't get a big name for that kind of money.
You don't need a big name for a $50,000 movie. You just need a pretty face.
Get Stephen Amell to do it.
I legit was about to say Stephen Amell. Get out of my head, Josh.
I think that's a perfect casting.
I think that's a fantastic casting choice.
Does he want to play another character with green in the title?
Who the hell cares?
I mean, so sorry.
He doesn't get to
the last
choose
movie
anymore.
he made was with his brother, and it sucked. So
listen. Josh and I have spoken. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit what
and then we're gonna get really excited about it, and they're gonna cancel it.
Yeah, right.
Well, because Brian's now touched this, so it's already over.
Everything. Just
stop. Great. That's right. You said this is a good idea, so this movie's already over. Okay.
So what's the larger topic that you promised?
Yeah,
well,
seriously.
I'm just thinking about
larger topic question mark.
What other superheroes are kind of sitting in the bin of not getting played with, but have a decent story? They could go with a low budget movie.
Ghost Rider.
The Shadow. The Phantom.
Oh no! Come on, we're not doing that again.
Why not?
Whoa.
The Alec Baldwin movie's great.
I did like that movie, The Shadow. I did.
Give me another
Billy Zane.
Rocketeer.
You're talking about Billy Zane.
Yeah.
No. I said I also said the Phantom.
Affleck.
Yeah.
Affleck was the bomb in
bad at
Phantom.
all.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually did like the Billy Zane Phantom movie.
I enjoy the
okay.
Billy Zane Phantom.
Okay, I don't know about what
Wait,
was
you can do
the
all
Shadow? Which one was the Shadow?
Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin. That's right. That was also awful.
It was great. It's amazing. What was it, like 94 that movie came out?
Honestly, I could do with a I don't think we've gotten a really good Punisher movie yet. At least not one that's been good the whole way around. So I need one of those. Ghost Rider. I need. I mean, there's not a ton. I don't think.
I mean, even like the DC catalog, is there anything in there that's just, hey, we're not doing anything with this person at all? And it'd be interesting to see.
Whatever happened with that Spawn thing, Brian?
They're still working on it.
Yeah, see, that's like, I want to see that. Like
I do want to see that.
That really, that like, I'm interested in seeing that. And beyond that, like, I don't know about DC. I mean, I'd love to see him like, it's just like, you want to do a small budget thing? Give me Submariner. Like, give me something shitty.
They want some Mariner back. That's in rights hell right now.
Is
They're
it
trying
really?
to get some Mariner back. Yeah, because long story short, like Universal owned the rights for a while and they didn't do anything with it, and it stayed with him and one other character. I can't remember.
What they're doing with Venom and Morbius, like you could easily do that with Ghost Rider. He's a pretty good.
Oh,
like,
that's a good point.
You know what I mean? You could really easily do that with Ghost Rider. And then there's several crossovers between Spider-Man and Punisher. Like there's a lot of different ways you can go with that. And I don't think we've explored that nearly enough. The Nick Cage version wasn't anywhere near dark.
Way.
It wasn't dark enough.
Amazing.
I mean, calm down.
Fantastic.
Slow down, Turbo.
All of it was fantastic.
By the way, the last thing that I because I was researching Spawn in the meantime, the last thing that I think we heard was Jamie Foxx signing on to play the main character, and everything is still kind of delayed. And Twitch Williams is supposed to be Jeremy Renner, but we don't know much else. It's been kind of bouncing around, but it is Blumhouse, so it is again, and make it with a nickel kind of mentality.
You know what? If we're gonna talk about small studio movies or dark type like that, Jonah Hex, I could use another one of those.
Yeah, that would be good. Like a legit Western.
Yeah.
Leave all the freaking like supernatural shit out of it.
And that's kind of what Ghost Rider is too. You know what I mean? It's a real Western style. It's not at all like it's just it has an older feel to it.
They should do a Ghost Rider without
what?
I'm just thinking of ideas, and I don't work for Hollywood.
Well, get on that, man.
They should fucking do the Old West Ghost Rider, like legit cowboy.
Yeah, the Ghost Rider before Johnny Blaze.
The Ghost Rider, well before Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
They
should just do the Netflix show, and they could do it all.
That's the thing, and all of these characters, we're mixing up DC and Marvel here. They line up really well, but like that also opens up Constantine, which gives you a whole other.
Yeah, but we had a really good Constantine.
We did. I'm with
again.
you. Not so much the show as the movie.
Oh no, I enjoyed the movie, but the show is really good.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't think it was
people
great.
do rave about it.
All right, maybe I need to watch it again.
I think his name is Matt Ryan. He is great as Constantine. The problem is what network it was on and what night it was on. Because the show itself was good. Was really good.
All right. Kind of talking, though, in the sense
But you know what? Funny story. I just read an interview with Keanu Reeves who said he would really enjoy going back to Constantine. So,
Yeah.
there you go, Josh.
I have a feeling Keanu Reeves would go back and revisit any role, especially when he did that Shakespeare role with Denzel Washington. I'm sure he'd be like, I'd like to revisit that. Try another crack at it. That's a terrible Keanu Reeves, and I apologize.
I'm fine, and I want to stipulate I'm fine with stuff like Jonah Hex and Ghost Rider and Constantine as long as we don't have like Jonah Hex and Black Lantern Corps. I don't know. That's a no. That's a hard.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to do on a small budget, right? So if we stick to smaller budgets, you have to focus on an idea, right?
No, I think you can do. I think you can do zombies on a small budget. I just don't want to see it.
Well, of course not. You hate zombies. Have either of you got to finish the Crisis on Infinite Earths yet? Have you guys got
I haven't
to
even
finish the storylines?
started it yet.
Okay.
I'm catching up on Arrow so that I can start it.
Just so I don't have a repeat of everything else that's already happened to me this episode, Brian, would you just read the headline here for the next topic?
Brandon Routh might be getting his own Superman limited series.
There we go. This way, I'm not mispronouncing his name. Huzzah.
Brendan Roush.
So
guy?
apparently, hey, I said we don't have to bring it up again, okay? I don't need you making fun of me. Apparently, he was very compelling in the DC crossover.
Because he's a good
event.
Superman. He was good in Superman Returns.
Of course he is, but he just had a bad script. He just had a bad movie.
God, people.
And since we already have announced that Superman and Lois is going to be a show coming out, there's talks of now him getting his own series. And I hope it's a limited thing and, just a couple episodes, but really kind of give this guy another crack at Superman because he really gets a bad rap and it's not his fault. By the way, I just want to let you know, spoilers in the show notes if you haven't seen Crisis on Infinite Earth in this article, if you go to the bottom. So once you pass the secondary picture of Brendan there, don't go any further. Just, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's why I haven't noticed.
That's okay. You're good. Everything else is fine. Just don't go past the Instagram posts and you'll be okay. Once it hits Netflix, I'm totally going to watch it. We can probably talk about it, but I haven't watched.
I have it all on my DVR. I'm caught up to Crisis on everything except for Arrow, and it's just because it's Arrow. It's so tough for me to jump in.
This kind of still goes in with that larger topic then. So we've talked about characters that maybe we would like to see a small indie budget movie. What about a limited series with some of these characters? Do you think Jonah Hex would work as a series?
Yes.
Rather than,
absolutely.
Than a movie?
Yeah, for sure.
I think everything we mentioned would work just as well as a series.
If not better, because you get more.
If not better, because you have more time to breathe.
Even if you do like a limited thing, even if you do... Okay, right.
8 to 10 episodes, yeah, I'm fine
Make it
with
happen.
That. Okay.
Do it.
And you could... Any of those characters, you could tell a pretty detailed story arc in that time.
Yep.
Right. Because I guess that is the pitfall for some of these things. I mean, especially Ghost Rider in particular, was we were cramming so much shit. Hellboy. Oh my God. Yeah.
They should do a Hellboy series.
Well, I mean, honestly,
it doesn't work as a movie.
Honestly, should we just leave Hellboy alone and just
No,
leave the
I don't think so.
up?
I don't think so. I think Guillermo did it great, but we wouldn't let him do it. So listen, that David Harbour film, did you guys watch it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Hellboy movie. I don't know.
But there was a lot of like really good ideas in it. It's just do it across 6 episodes, and that's a good idea. Like, yeah, Hellboy would work as a Netflix, like an HBO series.
You know, and I'm over here. I'm still thinking about Ghost Rider, and I think you just, instead of calling it Ghost Rider, you call it Carter Slade, and you do it that way.
Oh. Can you get away without the brand recognition, though, of Ghost Rider?
Well, he was the first one to wear the mask. He becomes, Ghost Rider. But, like, he's like the...
I'm just saying for the mall walkers, like...
What Brian... Well, like what Brian was saying. Oh, I mean, yeah, look, if he's a skull that catches on fire, he's Ghost Rider. Like, I don't think there's no way around that, right? Okay. But... and then you have what, Lincoln Slade as well in there that you can cross over in a limited series. And then I think you actually get like the opportunity to do a really good Hawkeye. Like I think you could do a really good Hawkeye in a limited series.
Now here's the other part.
Hawkeye is getting his own limited series, so.
Right?
Is it going to be a Jeremy Renner thing, or is it going to be?
It's him, but he's handing it off to somebody. We think
he's probably going to hand it off to Kate Bishop, but Disney Plus series.
So and that brings us, though, to the larger conversation we had last week, where we kind of talked about the relationship that we have with streaming services, right? Saying, hey, sometimes we don't know what's a hit. We wait too long for things, or just we're kind of unsure as to when a show can actually catch fire.
I once again watched the trailer for 6 Underground and did not click play.
Right. So again, I think a series is better than
and
a movie.
I want to see it.
A series is better than a movie for a streaming service. But do we want this to be on network TV? Where it has a better chance, or do you want a streaming service?
I don't want it to be on network TV. I watched a ton of trailers for stuff coming up on network TV, and the only thing that stood out to me was that Falco show, Tommy.
Right.
But that's on CBS, so I'll never get to see it anyway, unless it's on. It's not going to be on Hulu because it's all access, right? So,
right.
I'll never get to see that. But I have 2 points of follow up from last week's episode, and there were only. It was one thing that CJ said that was dumb, and I have to comment.
I love when CJ's dumb. Go.
Well, then let's just segue real quick. Then, since we're going to talk about it, let's talk about the world of TV and movies in a segment that we do call Screen to Stream. And go ahead, Josh. Throw some shade in my direction, please.
Yeah, just a little bit of shade. You were talking about The Witcher, and your big gripe was, I didn't want to have to wait so long for the twist. And I'm in my car going, it wouldn't fucking be a twist then. It would just be the plot.
I mean, that's true.
So I had a real problem with that.
So I disagree. And I'm gonna throw the show, and I did this to Brian when we initially talked about it, I'm gonna throw the show This Is Us as the way to say, here's how you can show time manipulation and different storylines happening at the same time, and do it in the first episode and make it gripping throughout the entire series. That show nails doing that, and this show fails at executing that.
It's a very different type of show.
But
I think the bigger issue, if we're gonna have this discussion again, I think the bigger issue is, Josh, it was too difficult to realize for a very long time that there was 3 different timelines. The twist is not that there's 3 different timelines.
Spoiler alerts for The Witcher.
That's the thing. So, like, in order for me to take 4 episodes for me to figure that out, that is an issue. But I disagree with CJ about waiting too long. Like that
If I'm
major
so
plot
confused
point.
halfway through the show, that's not fun. That's not making me an engaged viewer. That's making
I
me
still enjoyed it.
pissed off for it.
Once I figured it out, I enjoyed it.
The second note that I made from last week's episode was about the Spencer Confidential trailer, which is one of those things you talked about, like Netflix movies that, oh, look good, I'll never watch it.
Yep.
That trailer, you guys were comparing it to a couple different movies. I can't remember what they were,
but the tone was all wrong. I'll admit to that.
The trailer felt to me like Mel Gibson's Payback.
I haven't seen that in forever. I don't even remember.
So
but that takes itself seriously.
Not really.
It's a
Payback
little
isn't
tongue in cheek
serious?
about it.
Really?
You gotta watch it
Wow,
again.
it's been
It
a
is a
while
little
then.
tongue in
Okay.
cheek.
Yeah, it felt a lot like Payback, and I love Payback.
Okay.
So like that's the kind of thing where I'm looking at it like, yeah, okay, I can get behind this, and just hoping that dude from Black Panther is better than he appears in the trailer. Because
What's his name?
I can't.
He's good. If you've never, you'll never see it because it's a horror movie. But Jordan Peele's Us, he was very good in. So I'm sure he does. Winston Duke is his name.
Duke is his name,
And I'm sure he does a fine performance. I would be more worried about Mark Wahlberg.
Why?
I'm always worried
Because he's Mark Wahlberg.
I don't understand.
Because Mark Wahlberg can either be really good or really trash.
Yeah, he's a.
There's no in between with Mark Wahlberg.
Right.
I'm having trouble recalling
The Happening, Contraband.
I never
Two
saw.
Transformers
Hey, I didn't
movies.
hate Contraband. I did not hate Contraband.
Two Guns. He was bad in Two
He was
Guns.
amazing.
He was
in
not
Two
bad in
Guns.
Two Guns. I like him in Two Guns.
I like Denzel. I did not like Mark Wahlberg.
Well, you always like Denzel. We're all legally obligated to enjoy Denzel.
We all
Contractually
love
obligated.
Denzel. Right.
I'm actually
Everybody loves Denzel.
contractually obligated to love everything Mark Wahlberg does. So
Watch The Happening.
no,
Don't watch
then-
The Happening. Please don't.
isn't that an M.
First off,
Night
it's M. Night Shyamalan didn't
No,
get
It is, but it's
no.
also a Mark
And for that
Wahlberg
reason,
film.
you're out.
I know.
You
but-
just said you're contractually obligated. You must watch it and you must enjoy it.
I can say it's good, but I don't need to see it.
Yes.
No,
I agree
you
with
can't.
that.
You can't have an opinion without
Let him-
seeing it, sir.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
If
You
we can
can't.
stop someone in the world from seeing The Happening, I mean, please let's just make it happen.
Nope. He must see it now.
All right. Main topic for Screen to Stream. We got a new trailer for Fast and Furious 9 or F9 or A:/F6. I don't know what this
It
movie's
really,
called.
legitimately just sounded like you said we got a trailer for Fast and Furious Niner.
Well,
which I'm actually more interested in that movie now.
Niner. I did not watch this trailer because I am several Fast and Furious movies behind. So I don't
just
want
watch
anything
the trailer.
spoiled. Please discuss amongst yourselves.
It's
so
all
that's
spoiled. Just watch the
I
trailer.
don't want to. Just watch. Just go.
Just watch.
Oh my god.
Either catch up, be a man, catch
look,
up, or watch the trailer.
I have them downloaded, ready to go. I'm going to watch them over the next couple of weeks. Unlike somebody else I know who says, "Oh, I'm going to watch a movie," and then you'll watch it 3 months later.
It's the hottest action series
So
in
hot right
Hollywood.
C-
in Hollywood
CJ?
right now.
CJ,
now. What?
you need to remove your headphones so I can talk about this.
Go ahead. Go. Do you? Just someone give me a hand.
You don't want
Well
anything
done.
spoiled. I'm just saying,
I don't care.
Dude.
Go ahead.
dude. The fuck?
What?
People are back that shouldn't be back.
Oh yeah.
What?
All of a sudden he has a little brother. What?
Apparently,
And it's John Cena. Good.
Mia is there, but no Brian. I wonder how they. I'm just kind of curious how they're going to explain that.
Well, he did.
I know he's dead, but like his character's not dead.
But Mia's there because her older brother's there.
Yeah, I guess.
Right? Mia's there, I think, to warn Dom that the brother's coming. I'm not sure she'll be in the whole movie. She's probably got to get back to Brian.
I don't
Right.
know. I saw another scene of her and Letty beating some.
No, I saw that too. It's in the
Yeah.
trailer, right? But like, we don't know when that takes place,
True.
right? So we don't know really much about that. I don't recall seeing her in any of the cars in what seems like
She
one of the
barely,
big-
out of all the movies, she barely drives.
well, she drove in the first movie.
She drove in the first one. She drove at the very end of the fourth one.
Yeah, but like,
And that's
you're-
it.
and that's fine. Like, I'm okay with her character being her character. Nobody's saying we expect Mia to be a badass.
I do. She can be a badass.
No, I don't. I think to a degree, she never wanted that, right? She never wanted to be a badass, and she just kind of let Letty be that part of the family. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think she has a ton of fortitude, and I'm not taking anything away from her there. It's just that's just not her. It's just not her role in the family.
How about the fact that they Spider-Man a freaking car at the end of that trailer?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, dude.
No, it's just
It's ridiculous.
It's is it more ridiculous than outrunning
what they did
a
in the
nuclear submarine? Like,
that was in the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, a nuclear detonation underwater. Is it more ridiculous?
They just need to constantly one up themselves. Like the freaking scene with Letty where like she gets hit off the motorcycle and Dom once again catches her with the hood of his car.
His job is to catch her, right?
With the hood of his car?
And you still haven't seen American Assassin. So I
have not, no.
Right. Well, I would say that was a small nuclear explosion and look at what it did. It's, versus a nuclear submarine detonating and then they outran it. So like if you can believe that, then you can believe him catching a wheel.
I can't believe any of it. I'm in it. It's fun. It's ridiculous. I'm in it for that.
Right. No, and I will say nothing is more ridiculous than the half nitrous bottle ejector seats. Like that is the most ridiculous. I don't care. I'll believe a submarine before I believe the half nitrous. So look, it's part of the Fast franchise. I like that we still see some Helen Mirren, but no sign of
Statham.
Yeah, no Jason Statham or Hobbs. We don't see Hobbs or Shaw. Which is pretty
no Hobbs or Shaw.
And we're going to introduce a new Toretto family member, which, maybe at the end of the movie, John Cena becomes more of a staple in this franchise for another movie or two.
So Josh, you had thrown this next trailer into the show notes here. It's called Alex Rider, and whoa, I am super intrigued by what we're seeing. If you haven't seen the trailer, pull over, sit down under the neighbor's tree, start watching it. Really, the premise is there's a young boy in like high school age who learns that his uncle was killed, but they made it look like it was a car accident, only to find out that he is a British spy. And as he starts investigating this, not only is now he under investigation, thinking that maybe he is a spy, but he turns out to be a Banff, kind of to figure out what happened to his uncle and kind of digging his head into the spy game. It looks amazing.
It's Agent Cody Banks.
No. It's Agent Cody Banks who kills motherfuckers.
Sounds like Agent Cody Banks. Yeah,
what, Brian?
Sounds like Agent Cody Banks.
It's it's a bit like that, except I think less hokey.
I don't think any hokey.
And that's
pokey.
That's kind of what drew me to it, was that the trailer did not seem hokey at all. It looks pretty cool, and it also looks pretty tame. Like it might be something I didn't see any ratings or anything, but
right.
Maybe something kids could watch. I don't know.
The only thing that I didn't get was it just says coming soon, which is fine, but it didn't say where. I'm assuming this is a trailer for the UK and it's just on one of their like 5 channels.
Yeah, I shared the trailer because I thought it looked like a pretty unique take on an action series. Like it wasn't marketed as this is a kid's show. It's marketed like it's a show for an adult. Is a spy, but he's a student and he's in high school. And check it out.
Is that Edward James Olmos?
You're Edward James.
I am not.
He is. I don't see Edward James Olmos on the cast list.
Okay.
If I did, he'd be top billing, right? Yeah, no Edward James.
Almost. Edward James Almost. Who's that guy?
Oh, God damn it. I hate my life so much.
He was almost Edward James.
Almost
Brian.
Almost. Almost.
Very nearly Edward James.
Edward James. What do you mean nearly headless, Nick? How can you be nearly headless? As we all probably know, I'm also a big documentary fan. And
as such, you subject us to all of it.
When was the last time I made you watch a documentary?
You make me talk about documentaries. That's bad enough.
Well, there is one coming out. It's Spike Jonze covering the Beastie Boys in a documentary that's coming out, unfortunately, on Apple TV Plus this April. So while I'm not a big fan of where it's coming out, I am a fan of the Beastie Boys. I'm a fan of Spike Jonze, and I'm a fan of documentaries. So I'm pretty excited about this. It's going to be coming out on April 24th, and most of you who listen to the show probably have free Apple TV Plus. So what's the harm in diving into this? Well, did you guys get a chance to watch any of this footage or kind of see anything about it all?
I felt like if I clicked on this link, it just might be a sabotage.
Right, looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, fine. Yes.
I mean, as long as they cover how they fought for my right to party, then I'm good.
Any others?
They will fight.
The other part too, I read in the article was that they're also working on a Billie Eilish documentary that will be coming out this year too. Apple seems to be really infatuated with her right now. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Well, she did win 5 Grammys, but
I don't get that either.
She was also
what's there to write a documentary about? She just started her career.
No, she's been doing it since she was 16.
Yeah, good for her. She's just dropped her first album this year.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You've been doing it since 16. You just dropped your album for the first year. Apple named you the music artist of the year. They're really all aboard that hype train, man.
I'm sure Apple's using some sort of data analytics from Apple Music for that.
Well, I would hope so.
So a lot of people listen to her.
Well, now you get to find out all about her.
I'm good. I don't need to know anything about her.
But show me more BC Boys. My wife loves to hold over my head that she doesn't really have a big interest in the BC Boys, but she's somehow seen them in concert twice. And it's like, oh, I don't really, remember the show. I remember Nickelback and Eminem. I don't remember the Beastie Boys very much, and it makes me sad because she saw the original, all 3 Beastie Boys. And I'll never have that experience, and it makes me sad.
No, it's fine. Way to bring the room down. Good job.
That's what I'm good for. Okay, Brian, I think you may have some thoughts on this next topic here. Apparently, Emilio Estevez needs a paycheck because he is going to be reviving his role of Gordon Bombay in a Disney Plus reboot of The Mighty Ducks, but they're going to make it a series.
I'm just trying to think of why I need this.
Why not?
Okay, let's be real. The Mighty Ducks was a fine movie, and then we had 2 sequels which were trash. So I'm supposed to have an entire series about it? Oh, and let's not forget the cartoon with the ducks who actually were like from outer space and fought crime while playing hockey.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, you're welcome for that.
It's the Mighty Ducks. It's going to be on Disney Plus. It seems like it might be cool. Probably not for me, for my kids.
Right.
I'm sure your kids will enjoy it. I mean, it's okay to introduce it to a new generation, but I mean, it's the Bad News Bears. It's the quirky sports team made of kids, like all over.
So, I mean, how many times though is this guy going to get busted for a DUI that a guy has to go help this hockey team? Is this just a recurring thing that he has?
Or maybe he just likes it now. And that is the reason he got busted.
That's exactly the reason why he had to go.
We were children watching a man serve out community service.
Community service for a DUI. Right.
Interesting.
That's how the movie started. It was him driving drunk and getting pulled over.
Yeah, we were supposed to understand that.
Were we? I don't think we were. I think our parents were. I don't think we were.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Am I the only one who has a strong emotional attachment to the Mighty Ducks?
I have no emotional attachment to the Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because I'll be honest, I liked the second movie. I did not like the third at all. I liked the second movie. Didn't say it's great. Not saying everyone should watch it. CJ Mellon, like the second Mighty Ducks movie. D2, the Mighty Ducks.
One more thing you're wrong about. We'll add it to the list.
Wow, really?
Okay, yeah. We'll add it to the list.
Quack.
Oh, gee,
Quack.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
That's the freaking...
I only took 3 seconds.
That took... Hey, come on. I restrained myself on that one.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Your freaking headline says quack, quack, quack.
That's right. The show that says quack, quack, quack. I am in utter love with this headline, and Josh, I think, had some great reasons to respond to it, but Hollywood spins the big wheel and lands on let's bring back Mel Gibson and Danny Glover for Lethal Weapon 5. And Josh, you had a pretty astute observation as to why this is happening.
Yeah, Bad Boys for Life just tripled its budget. I mean, 2.5x on your budget, and haven't made a movie.
Lethal Weapon 4 was in late 90s.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Come on, that can't be right.
Pretty sure. Chris Rock was a thing when that movie came out because he was.
Let's look it up.
Jet Li was a thing.
98,
it was like 98.
Wow.
That's right. 98. So, I mean, we're talking about 20 years, and that's a long time. Bad Boys 2
was 2003.
So we're not.
Oh, man. I'm so good.
we're talking. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a 5-year gap, but also Mel Gibson and Danny Glover are 137 years old. I don't know how you do this.
They're both too old for this shit. I don't understand what they're.
But they're the thought process is if Bad Boys for Life can do this,
right.
Certainly we can do it with Lethal.
But I think to CJ's point, Danny Glover was already too old for this shit, and now so is Mel Gibson.
He was too old for this shit in Lethal Weapon 1.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And that came out right after Nam.
So they did 4. They were like, he's too old for this shit. All right, he's still too old for this shit. Hasn't changed, still too old. Mel Gibson's okay.
Do you think
the
Joe
fourth
Pesci
one, he's
will...
like, now his kids are getting too old for this shit.
Do you think Joe Pesci comes out of retirement again for a new Lethal Weapon?
No.
He would have to.
No way.
Scorsese was the only man who could bring him out of retirement.
Okay. He would have to. It's Leo.
We'll see.
He's part of the family.
I mean, Chris Rock is still, around. Do you think he comes back? Because
yes, Chris Rock would come back for this.
What was he? Wasn't he getting married to Riggs's daughter in the fourth one?
Yeah,
I think so.
Is any of the TV show that we all liked canon in any way, shape, or form?
No, the TV show was
Just
a reboot.
Curious if anything from it got canonized.
I love that TV show.
It had such a hard.
Too bad one of the stars was a supreme a-hole. Otherwise, it would have still be on.
All right. Well, listener, thank you so much for putting up with me this week, but more importantly, making us your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work. We are so excited to talk to you next week, and we'll see you then.
Well, welcome to the club, because you are that kind of nerd.
Shut that fucking dog up. You notice how our dogs are quiet? It's good dogs. They're good dogs. He barks.
Right.
It's not like a dumbass. He barks when it's needed. Give me 1 second. I just want
do your thing.
Tell her where her dinner is.
I left it in the ice box. Does anybody have an ice box anymore?
In the ice box. Holy crap. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Here's a topic. Grapefruits. There's the fruits, but no grapes.
That's always the topic he gives us.
Why is it? Oh, yeah. But
he needs to get a new topic.
Like, why are pomegranates so frightening?
Why are pomegranates so frightening?
I don't know, but you open them up and it looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look pleasant in there.
No. Nature's weird, bro.
Yeah, nature is metal. So, plans for the big game, Brian?
Oh, you know it. Totally gonna have like everybody over and make some foodstuffs that you eat with your fingers, and we're gonna talk about strategies and offense and defense and goal unit basket things.
I'm just excited.
That man
for the
with the
commercials.
mustache.
I'm always excited for the commercials.
That's the thing though. Like the commercials have not been that great the past years.
Yeah, they've been all right.
And all the Super Bowl spots are the movie spots are already online. So I'm like, there's no reason for me to watch it. And if I really want to watch the commercials, Hulu always drops just the commercials.
Oh,
you legit can just click on it and it's always either the day of or right after. You can just click on it and just watch an hour of commercials if you so desire.
Well,
I don't know.
This is hyped up to be quite a game. I'm interested in seeing it, but we're doing it's just going to be the four of us. And I'm making essentially 4 pounds of carnitas for tacos.
Nice.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Everybody's been sick for a day, so we'll see how all that goes.
I made a couple weeks ago. I made a Mexican feast for just me and my wife.
My wife,
because we usually go to this Tex-Mex place and we get nachos and tacos, and they're delicious. And it was snowing, so I was like, I'm going to make them at home. And I followed a recipe, and it feeds 12 people.
Yeah,
we had tacos and nachos for 4 days.
Right. I'm
all right, food.
I'm going to make carnitas, and I'm looking at okay, so I'm going to do a 24-hour sous vide cook, and they're going to be amazing. But everyone's start with a 4-pound
right
pork shoulder. And I'm like,
4 pounds sounds like a lot.
I'm like, my children
I think Zoe
can't eat a
can
pound
only
of
eat
meat.
Half a pound.
to me, that sounds like a challenge.
I did for the very first time ever, I did because I forgot to plan out my day really. I just did a Walmart online grocery store pickup, which is fucking fantastic.
Any way you can avoid Walmart.
Well, right. Cause I put everything in, the order was $50, and they're going to bring it right out and put it in my trunk. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that sounds great.
Target does the same thing now.
And the
For
guy's
everything.
like, well, hold on now. The guy's like, okay, we come out and he's going to do the substitutions. He's going to cover all this. And he's like, we didn't have 6 things we substituted. We didn't have, the 12 count corn tortillas for $1.45. So we gave you the 80 pack. And I'm like,
What?
It's a lot of tortillas.
I don't know what I'm going to do with 80 tortillas, but so I'm like, what did I pay? He's like, oh, same price. I'm like, I paid $1.45 for 80 tortillas.
Yeah, they don't charge you the higher price.
No,
they just
we
sub
didn't have the 15-ounce mayo, so we gave you the 30-ounce mayo. we didn't have a 2.5 pound pork roast, so we gave you a 4 pound pork roast.
Whoa.
I'm like, what on earth?
So what I'm hearing is that
I need to do this. Sounds
is
like
that,
the cheap
is that
man's-
CJ
Oh,
is coming
dude,
over
it's-
for some leftovers.
It's really, really awesome.
You know what's
We didn't have the regular cilantro or green onion, so we gave you all the organic stuff. And I'm like,
Sounds like a lot of leftovers, a lot of good meals. Brian, did your invitation get lost in the mail for this this thankful feast?
You missed it. He was very clear about that I was invited, but because the big game is so important to me,
Correct. Yes.
I politely declined.
I have a big game feast going on, but apparently not as good as the Burns household. Oh, okay. Eating like kings.
it's
No, here's my question
a
about
lot
the
of
Walmart.
tacos.
Here's my question about the Walmart pickup thing, or just pickup for groceries in general. I'm very particular about my meats and poultry.
Yeah.
I like picking out the particular cut, or that one looks better than that one. So, like, how do you rate?
Right. So, and I am also very discerning when it comes to specifically fresh things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, the reason I'm okay at, say, Walmart versus like Giant is their inventory turns so quickly. Like, I don't know if you've ever walked through.
Yeah, they're constantly.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've ever walked through like just in your mind, compare the Walmart produce section to Giant, and my money is that 9 times out of 10 you're going to find fresher like parsley, cilantro, nicer tomatoes, things like that.
Right.
Not nicer than Wegmans.
Right.
I mean, but again, if I'm already planning on going to Wegmans, I know I'm going to be in the middle of a shit show and whatever, and that's not that's like a 2-hour trip. I didn't have time for that.
Right.
So like, but I figured I'd try this out once.
Right.
The value was obviously right.
Yes.
And then what ended up happening, I'll double down on this and give it several more chances. Like maybe make this a regular thing, because, dude, this was a huge time saver for me. And it's easy to schedule. I did the order like 11 o'clock last night. I picked it up at 8:30 this morning.
But what was your overall like satisfaction with the meat, the cut of meat that they gave you?
Well, it was a pork shoulder, so like,
so you're fine. Okay, yeah.
You really can't fuck with that. Like, I'm not buying steaks either way at Walmart.
All right. Well, guess what? We've got some great, delicious Stainer stuff coming in there. So yay! All right, let's get back to.
Only you know.
Oh, good. All right, I'm excited to edit in here. Let's get back to the main show.